Hey, I like you quite a bit. Thanks for watching. um, a person I know, well, no, I don't. A person I'm aware of told me to try magnesium. So, yeah, I need something. But I tell you, with everything that's going on right now, I am, well, my body's breaking down. Big time. The last 10 months I've lost 40 pounds, which I can barely afford to lose. So, I need something to build this whole thing back up before I turn into a shell of myself. But that's not what this video is about. Oh no. This is about the Mandela Effect, and specifically one Mandela Effect, and I don't even like calling it the Mandela Effect, and the reason for that is because of this. What started out as a real good idea by a few well-meaning people who actually weren't part of the system has turned into a big cesspool of muddy water now, as all good conspiracy theories do. JFK, 9/11, pick your conspiracy theory. If they don't want you to know about it, they will send in their trolls and they will send in their army of video makers who so subvert the actual information to a point where anyone new coming into it will go, that's nonsense. So, as the same person who told me about magnesium will also agree, I would think, that Mandela has become programming. Like twin flames has become programming, and that's probably true. Well, it's more than probably, it is true. But there is one Mandela Effect, and I don't even choose to use that term anymore. In fact, I haven't even looked at a Mandela video for probably over a year because of this situation on the internet. So, I call the real effects reality shifts, and there's only really just a handful of them. Most of them, because of the aforementioned problem, are fake, and whatever. But there is a handful of them of these reality shifts that are undeniable. And I want to talk about one first, and then another one secondly. The first one is about something innocuous and pedantic, and yet it is something that is so outlandish because the whole thing happened in real time. The whole thing happened in real time. In a 4-month period, the Flint Stones a 1960s children's cartoon, went from its original name to the Flint Stones without the T, and then back to the Flint Stones with the T, all in a 4-month period. Right there on the internet. Right there in space and time. All of that happened in a 4-month period. I can remember quite vividly all the videos. So like 30 videos came up, and most of them were on the side of it's always been Flint Stones without the T throughout history. And I'm saying no, it wasn't. I grew up with that cartoon. I know that cartoon very well. I've seen every episode 50 times during my lifetime. There's no possible way that the Flint Stones is now the Flynn Stones. So I'm like, no. Okay. So of course I Google it, and there it is. Lo and behold, the Flint Stones changed to the Flynn Stones. Google Images, Wikipedia, archived links, old advertising, the cartoon itself changed overnight from Flint Stones to Flynn Stones. And Flynn Stones doesn't even make any sense. What the hell's a Flynn? Isn't that a European pudding of some kind? Flynn? Some sort of French pastry type pudding? I don't know. What's a Flynn? It didn't even make sense. It didn't even make sense because all the characters in the Flint Stones was named after a rock, okay? I mean, you got Barney Rubble, you got Joe Rockhead, Mr. Slate, Fred's boss, right? Flynn Stone makes no sense. Flint Stone makes quite a bit of sense because they all were cavemen, they lived in bedrock, and flint makes fire, right? Flynn. Of all the things that they could have changed, they changed it to that. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. So I'm like walking around in a dither now, okay? I'm in a fog now for the next 4 months because now I realize nothing is real. This ain't real. I'm not real. You're not real. This entire room is not real. The plants, the trees, everything outside, not real. There's nothing real. If they can do this, or if it can be done, by whatever, then time, space, memories, everything that everyone thinks and does and can be changed like that. Can be changed like that. Apparently. So I'm walking in a fog, right? For 4 months, thinking this, that there's, I can't change the situation. All I can do is write responses to all these videos, which I did because that's what I do. It's like, no, I'm saying it, no, you're wrong. It's not the Flynn Stones. It's never been the Flynn Stones. How only like 10% of the population can remember that, and Google can just wipe away everyone's experience and everyone's memory, and whatever is doing this can do that. It changes your perception of everything, really. It really, for me, it did. It changed the perception of everything that I thought I knew, that I thought was grounded in some sort of reality. And now I know there is no reality. So, like I said, 4 months I'm walking around in this fog. And then all of a sudden, I go to bed that night, pissed off that it's the Flint Stones. Well, I'm not really pissed because I stopped thinking about it eventually. Wake up the next day. Oh, hey, look at that. It's back to the Flint Stones, like it never even happened. And everyone's memory has been changed again. And no one notices. No one seems to care. How can you not notice this stuff going on all around you, man? So, as far as the conspiracy of Mandela and whatever, I don't know. Is it CERN, messing around with the God particle or whatever? I don't know. And I don't care, because what am I going to do? Am I going to fix that? Am I going to go over to Switzerland and, hey, stop that? No, I don't think so. I don't think they would let me on the property, would they? So everyone went back to the Flint Stones, and everything is back to normal. In fact, if you type in Flint Stones now, it comes up with the same error. Your Google search will come up with the same error that Flint Stones did 4 months prior to that, which was incorrect. Error. Didn't you mean Flint Stones? Or Flintstones? No, I meant what I put in, and because I know what I put in. I know what I think. I know what I feel. So here's what I think this is. And like I said, if it's CERN or whatever, I don't know. I think my personal opinion on the entire issue is that it is something that's probably been going on with mankind forever. Things just change. Things change. Things are wonky. Things just go all the time. And until the internet and mass media and mass communication, nobody ever noticed this. Nobody would ever notice that something changed in 1800. Nobody would notice that, because even if someone did notice, they're not going to find anyone in their immediate vicinity who is going to say, yeah, I saw that too, because chances are they won't. I mean, if 90% of the population can be fooled with a simple thing like Flint Stones to Flint Stones back to Flint Stones, well, in 1800, what are you going to do? There was no information back then. So I think that's, but I think a lot of it now, and this is kind of what makes it special, I think, I'm not sure, but I'm going to say, I think it's the universe tapping certain people on the shoulder saying, hey, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? What I just did right there. And certain people go, cool. That's awesome. So that's the kind of way I look at it right now. It's like, that's awesome. That I got picked. I got tapped on the shoulder by the magnificent universe saying, look what I can do. Look what I can do. I can change everything. Like that. That's pretty. That's, if you're one of those people who got picked, God bless you. You know, that's the way I look at the Mandela Effect, or this reality shifting. If you got picked to see it, if you got picked to notice it, if you got picked to witness it and remember, you're ahead of the game, my friend. Welcome to the club. That's the way I see it. So that's the whole Flint Stone thing. That's the one reality shift that really stuck with me and really changed my whole perception of it. I had one this year, though, too, that I wanted to talk about. Because it's become kind of something kind of important to me, or at least something kind of, well, something I'm interested in, at least. I consider myself sort of a romantic, you know. I love, I think it's the greatest emotion humans can have. I think it's what the universe is made out of. It's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that's real, is love. Okay? So I'm really heavily into that. Okay? Heavily into that. So, over the course of many, many years, I've studied soulmates and karmic relationships, karma in general, astrology, because I think a lot of soulmate situations revolve around astrology too. Reincarnation, of course, because soulmates keep coming back and you keep ending up with the same people over and over and over, you know, throughout all your lifetimes, until you wash away the karma, fix the damn karma, you know, with all these people that keep coming back into your life until you don't have to come back here anymore. You know, that was always my understanding of it. But prior to May of this year, 2017, prior to that, never, ever did I see the term twin flame. And I'm telling you, I know almost every video on soulmates and all the things I just mentioned. I know quite a few of these videos. I've been through this internet and this YouTube thing enough to know. And in fact, even prior to May, I started getting into astrology, tarot card readings. And there's another thing. There's like 2 good ones and the rest are all just, you know, doesn't really matter. It was more of a hobby than anything else because I wanted to figure out certain people, but and the information I got was so random. It's not even funny. So, you know, grain of salt. But I've been all through those videos too, prior to May. Okay? Never, ever ever saw the term twin flame. Didn't even know that term existed. In fact, I came up with a term in 2006 that explained what I felt, and I called it, this is my term, this is me saying this, I called it pull apart. One soul at creation, whatever that was, pulled apart, and now these two halves of the same human soul have to go through all of this crap in this 3D world time and time and time and time again until they finally end up in the same reality, on the same timeline, to be reunited. I call that a pull apart. So this same person that told me all about magnesium, find it at your grocer's today. Also loaded up a video in which she titled blah 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 twin flames. And I'm going, what? What the hell's a twin flame? Two things burning? What? What is that, Dave? So of course I click on the video. I get some information. So now I've got to, I got to go in depth now. What is this twin flame? Plug in the word twin flame. The internet is awash with this information of twin flames. All of the YouTube astrology tarot card readers, and by the way, did you know that 630,000 astrology tarot card readings are uploaded to YouTube every minute? That's real news right there, my friend. That's not fake news. No, it's not. So all these videos are, there's actually more twin flame videos than there are soulmate videos now. And I'm like, what? Where did this come from? Because in the timeline that I was in, there was no, it was not called that. The thing that I called pull apart was not called twin flame prior to May in my timeline. I woke up in a different timeline, I guess because of one particular video, and suddenly, or not because of the video, but that video led me to understand that I've been shifted personally, all by myself, nobody else. So I think, unless there is somebody else, I don't know. I don't know if there is or not. Maybe. But I think this is what's going to happen with this reality shift in the future, starting now, is that it's not the global stuff that's happening, with product names or the Bible changes or all that kind of stuff. I think those are manufactured to keep the real stuff hidden. And the real stuff is that this reality shifting that the universe is giving certain people is going to be felt on a personal level now. It's going from the global stage to each and every one of you, and personally, if you're aware enough to see it, if you're aware enough to understand what's happening. I think that's what's going on. Something is really trying to get our attention now, and it's time to pay attention. If you are one of the few that understand the reality shifting that is happening, you will be affected personally. So that's pretty much my video for today. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines and see if we have any questions. No. What? Okay, well, we have no callers. We have no questions. So I'll just I'll just end the video here. Okay? All right. God, I love you. Peace.